I'm glad to be with you today by means of this snapshot for the people of Dr. Martin Luther Church and other friends who watch these snapshots. Today is January 5th, and it's the commemoration today for Kai, K-A-J, Munk, M-U-N-K, Kai Munk, who was a Danish playwright and pastor who was noted for his fervent preaching during the time of the Nazi occupation of Denmark. I mentioned him in a sermon on December 27th, if you were in church that day or if you watched it online. Kai Munk was noted for preaching on the first Sunday of Advent in the National Cathedral and telling people not to follow the crowd and to resist going with people who would give in to the Nazis. That didn't help him at all with the Nazis. He was killed on January 5th as a result of that sermon. He also preached a sermon on New Year's Day that also led to his being taken from his home, from his wife and 4 children, taken out, shot in the head, and put in a ditch. Interestingly, he was not a big fan of democracy. He liked the idea of a Nordic dictator, believe it or not, but he was so upset with the treatment of Jews in Germany and in Denmark that he preached vociferously against the Germans, and that's what did him in. And interestingly, people were forbidden from coming to his funeral, just as he was forbidden from preaching. But the people who followed him actually came to his funeral 4,000 strong in the face of the Nazis and the Gestapo, saying, we have to honor this man who was such a strong leader for us in the Danish government, Danish countryside. Now, interestingly, after the war, the Danish government so admired Kai Munk that they allowed his wife to stay in the parsonage, and she lived another 54 years. She just died in 1998. Well, Kai Munk was a follower of a Danish theologian named Nikolai Grundtvig, who was known as the Danish songbird because he wrote so many hymns. And he was a happy Dane. Now, Danes are divided into sad Danes and happy Danes. The happy Danes went to Des Moines, Iowa, and started college there, of course, in Decorah. But, well, no, I don't think they did start Decorah. No, I'm wrong about that. It wasn't Luther that they started. But anyway, they were settled in Des Moines, Iowa. And there were sad Danes, a lot of them in Racine. I like the happy Danes. They like to party, they like to dance, they had a good time, and they weren't afraid to have a beverage now and then. Nikolai Grundtvig, the Danish songbird, wrote one really happy Christmas hymn that I want to leave you with. Today is still the Christmas season. It's the 12th day of Christmas. I wish I had 12 drummers to drum along with this song, which we sang last Sunday, the bells of Christmas. The bells of Christmas chime once more. The heavenly guest is at the door. He comes to earthly dwelling still with New Year gifts of peace, goodwill. Oh, join with me in gladness sing to keep our Christmas with our King, until our song from loving souls like rushing mighty water rolls. A happy song from a happy Dane who inspired Kai Munk. God bless you today.